Okay, welcome back. You already know what today's video is all about from the title, but let me give you a quick history. I get this question a lot. How do I make my YouTube videos? What other settings do I use? What camera do I use? So I thought for this episode, let's get meta and I will show you guys how I make my YouTube videos from the start to the finish, from the initial idea to the final upload, just after this intro. Okay, for today's video, I want to address a bunch of issues in one shot. That is the scripting process, the planning, stuff I use to shoot these videos, how I record my videos, what are my export settings, how I light them, and my editing workflow. If you have any question about this video, then drop them down in the comment section and I will answer them. Anything that I've used in this video can be found linked in the description. So without further ado, let's get started. For the sake of convenience, we have divided this video into 3 segments: pre-production, production, and post-production. As the name suggests, pre-production deals with things which are supposed to be done before the production or before the actual shoot starts. For creating a video like this, the most important thing that you need is an idea. And I cannot discuss idea without discussing about this notebook. I can't exaggerate you enough how much importance this plays in each and every video. This is where I come up with my video ideas and expand them. For example, for this video, I wrote down my idea here and I expanded upon the points which I want to discuss when I do the video. After I finalize the idea, I take them down on my laptop for detailed scripting and research purposes. For scripting, I use the free version of Evernote. With the free version, I get all the features that I need, which include syncing your document up to one device. Hence, as I write my scripts on my laptop, they get updated in real time in the Evernote app in my phone. A good free alternative would be Google Docs, but somehow I prefer Evernote. You can choose whichever you want. After completing my script, I write down all the graphics, screen grabs, and B-rolls that I would need for my YouTube video. I generally write them down in a notebook or in this whiteboard. It helps me to create a short list, so that it will be difficult for me to miss something in my videos. This brings us to the last step of pre-production. But according to me, this is one of the most important steps of pre-production because this directly dictates whether your video is going to be successful or not. That is thumbnails. I can't stress it enough how important thumbnails are for your YouTube video. You can make the world's best YouTube video ever, but with bad thumbnails, no one is going to click on your video. So I would suggest give yourself some time here. Invest all of your creativity here because this will decide whether someone will click on your video or they will just scroll up. For creating my thumbnails, I use Adobe Photoshop by making a 1280 by 720 pixels composition, then working my way through it. This brings us to our second step, that is production or the actual shooting. The production generally involves 3 technical parts, that is setting up the lights, the microphone, and the camera. For my lighting, I use a basic 3-point lighting setup, which includes one key light, one fill light, and one backlight, with one practical light for aesthetical purpose. For my key light, I use a 4 feet LED tube with diffusion by using a skimmer from a 5-in-1 reflector. In place of skimmer, you can also use butter paper or probably a frosted paper. My new addition to this lighting setup is a fill light. For that, I use a generic LED bulb with a yellow gel paper. For my backlight and practicals, I use a 2 feet LED tube with blue gel paper and a set of fairy lights. For details on how and why I use this, check my video here on lighting. There I go into much more details about lighting. For my audio, I used to use Boya BY MM1. This is a shotgun microphone which I connected straight into my laptop and recorded off Adobe Audition. A free alternative to Adobe Audition would be Audacity. But from this video onwards, I would be using a lavalier microphone, Boya BY M1. Firstly, because I like the audio from Boya BY M1 much more better than this one. And secondly, I can connect directly this to the camera so that I don't have to sync up the audio in post. For my camera, I am using my trusty Canon EOS 6D Mark I along with a 50mm 1.8 STM. There is nothing which can beat the look of a 50mm in a full-frame body, but it has its own sets of cons as well. Firstly, the Canon 6D doesn't have a continuous autofocus, and moreover it doesn't even have an articulating display so that I can check myself on the camera. So in order to overcome that, I connect my camera to the laptop and I use EOS Utility app to grab focus and start recording while I'm talking to the camera from my desk, and just hope that I'm in focus till the end of the video. After I'm done talking to the camera, I close the EOS Utility app and download the clips on my laptop and import the clips in Premiere Pro. The process follows to cutting the clips, grading them. Now, if you want a detailed overview on how I grade my clips, you can check my video on color grading. After I have completed the grade, I would add the graphics from the whiteboard I have mentioned before, followed by BGM and sound effects wherever necessary. After working with this sound, we are done with the editing, and only thing that remains is exporting. I use YouTube 1080p from the drop-down presets and select use maximum render quality and render at maximum depth, then hit export. After that, it's the usual process of uploading and replying to your comments. Then it's the end. Until you're striked with another idea and you take your notebook out and you're ready for the next video.